wrist lock. So the wrist lock can only be done for juveniles that have achieved a blue belt status rank. There are wrist locks anytime my opponent has a grip. If I control their elbow, I can manipulate their wrist for the wrist lock. Alright, but this one's going to be a specific wrist lock when you are able to get your opponent to hold your cross sleeve. So as I strip the grip, I'm going to keep this hand here. As Liv catches this hand, I'm now going to hold the back of her elbow, turn my wrist this way, attach a figure 4, and bridge into it. So what makes the wrist lock works here is I have to be able to wedge the elbow as well as the wrist. So from here, I can bend the elbow, keep the wrist tight. But to keep the wrist here, I can't just do the wrist lock here because Liv will let go. So instead, I wrap around her wrist and I wrap around my own arm. Now that the wrist and the elbow is blocked, I can sit up into it and press into the wrist and get the wrist lock. So it's really important to note here that when Liv has this grip, for me to apply the wrist lock, I have to wedge her elbow as well as her wrist. So I need to create a bend in the elbow and put my hip in that space. But if I don't occupy this wrist now, she'll just let go of the grip. So at the same time as I wedge the elbow, I switch my grip underneath to create a figure 4, which wedges the wrist. Now I can sit into the wrist lock and push my forearm into it to get the wrist lock.